There is no fairy tale story for Australian fashion designers striving to have their work recognised internationally, according to Queensland-bred designer Daniel Alexander. You should never expect to wake up one morning and find you have suddenly been discovered by the elite publications of world fashion trends. It is a long tortuous road that is full of frustrations and disappointments, and that road never really ends, Daniel says. Daniel, now aged 39, had his first taste of recognition at the age of 21 when he won the Australian Men's Fashion Award in 2005. I was so naive, sitting there waiting for the phone to ring from the big fashion houses in New York, Milan and Paris. But there was nothing, just years of hard work ahead. Today Daniel Alexander Crooke, and his fashion label Daniel Alexander have been confined to Queensland since the outbreak of COVID and unable to return to his New York base because of travel restrictions and closed international borders. Daniel is the son of Ken Crooke, former press secretary to Sir Job Peterson. His mum is former Queensland and Australian junior tennis champion, Lexi Kenny. Recently Daniel was advised he had again won the Red Silk Carpet Oscar for Best Fashion Designer USA 2021. He also won the award the previous year. He was named winner of the Red Silk Carpet 2021 award for Best Fashion Show Producer, after judges reviewed his previous runway presentations in the New York and Los Angeles Fashion Weeks. I was first invited to present at New York Fashion Week in 2018 and got there with the help of a financial mentor, Mr. Clive Palmer, who was keen to help promote a fellow Queenslander to achieve his goals. Daniel and his team produced a video documentary of the trials and tribulations of entering the contest from Australia. The documentary subsequently won the Red Silk Carpet Award for Best Fashion Documentary USA in 2019. There has been no silver bullet to success in his career on the world stage. But there have been gradual breakthroughs with some of his designs selected for publication in world fashion magazines Elle, Harper's Bazaar and Vogue. He has featured on the covers of fashion trend magazines, Louisa Lux, and Flash, where he is named visionary designer. The magazines are published to subscribers online and in newsstands across the USA. Previously the CBS network aired a documentary on his work seen by an audience of over 18 million live viewers in the USA. There were also multiple cover features in a range of other magazines, New York Life, NY Fashion, as well as photos of his dress designs published in the Australian edition of Vogue, the UK edition of Harper's Bazaar and the UK edition of Elle magazine. In 2021 he was invited to deliver a 2-hour online lecture to students at the prestigious Fashion Institute of Technology, FIT, in New York. Following the lecture the institute has invited him to travel to the NY campus to conduct a 3-week fashion workshop for students. It's an honor for me because the list of those who have studied or lectured at FIT include Calvin Klein, Michael Kors, Carolina Herrera, Karl Lagerfeld, Vivienne Westwood, Marc Jacobs and Bob Mackie, Daniel said. Daniel has supported fundraising efforts by various charities with a live performance constructing a gown and dressing a live model on stage all within 20 minutes. The gown is then auctioned to the audience. On one occasion in Brisbane the resultant gown sold for $12,000 to benefit the Courier Mail Children's Fund. Media coverage of the event was noticed internationally. Then followed a phone call from the Palace of the Prince of Monaco and an invitation to give the live performance on the Royal Yacht and the Royal Palace before an audience of invited benefactors from all over the world wishing to support the Prince's educational and environmental projects. Daniel is also achieving recognition for another aspect of his talents, as an artist with his acrylics on canvas and also for his cutting-edge digital photo art. He has been invited to exhibit these talents at the prestigious Tattinger Gallery in New York. Last year he received an approach to join the design team for Versace based in Milan. He made a difficult decision and did not proceed with the offer because Versace company policy means designers must surrender their own brand. That means all his looks produced for fashion runways around the world would have to be shown only as by Versace. Daniel has always been strong in his support for gay pride and its associated charity projects including the LGBTI deaf community. As for the next step, as well as enhancement to the www.danielalexander.com.au website, Daniel says there are approaches from all 3 big fashion publications, Elle, Harper's Bazaar and Vogue, for advertorials and feature articles to be published later this year. Yes, the road to success in the world of fashion is long and arduous. Note for editors. Notwithstanding his international profile, Daniel's business in his hometown of Brisbane was sullied by an outrageous and untrue article headlined, "Is Fashion Empire a Darn Sham?" published in the Sunday Mail on October 19, 2019. Despite clear errors of fact and false accusations sourced from a disgruntled former employee, the story has not been withdrawn or corrected. The headline, without the rebuttals contained in the body of the article, can still appear in Google searches. The result has been a devastating impact on local sales. Since then, the author of the article has been terminated. However, the Courier has not published any of Daniel's local events or international achievements because it would serve to contradict the original article and leave egg on their face.